Okay guys, so today I'm gonna record my video in the car again. My camera ended up my memory card being full, so I don't have my camera with me, so I'm doing this from my old iPhone. So you guys bear with me because I haven't got a new iPhone yet, so don't judge me about the quality today. It's more so just about the message, but hopefully it's great. So today I wanted to talk about religion and relationship because lately, me being on this walk with Christ, I have a lot of people who see the choices I make or hear about the things that I won't engage in or the things that I do, and they always say, are you very religious, or are you really religious? What denomination are you, or what are you, like, what is it? And I have to explain to them that I don't have a religion, I have a relationship. Although I do consider myself a Christian, I don't go by those titles, or nor do those titles rule over what I should do. I believe that there are laws in the Bible, there are things that we should be following by as Christians, but is that the foundation for how I live my life and how I do everything? No, because first and foremost, I have a relationship with the Father. I feel like sometimes so many people get caught up in the law of the book of the gospel of the Bible. So many people get caught up with laws and get caught up with legalistic things and rules and what they should or should not be doing, and then they forget all about the relationship. They completely forget about spending intimate time with God. They completely forget about what it really means to be connected to Christ. And for so long, I think so many Christians have been living in a way where they are reading their word. You know what the word says. You know what when it says don't do this or don't do that, but do you truly have a relationship with Christ to discern when a choice should be made in your life or it shouldn't be made in your life? Or are you just reading from a scripture that says, hey, don't do this, but you really have no understanding or any meaning behind what that scripture truly means? And that is such a big thing for me in this season, because I love being able to talk to people who may be new to the faith or may be Christians themselves but don't really have a relationship with Christ. I love to give them better understanding of what it means. I see so many people fall away from this walk because they are so used to gospel, prosperity gospel, where they go to these churches and a lot of preachers only preach the good part of the gospel. They only preach prosperity, and they don't preach anything that they feel like pertains to their life as far as the hardships they have went through, how to really live as Christians when you are living in a world of suffering, when you see things, when things happen, when you might not come from the greatest background, and you want the hope to really know how to live through that situation, not some butter up microwaved message. And I think that's the problem with this generation. A lot of people are seeing these butter up microwave messages and they're getting tired of it. They're tired of hearing those things. They want to hear real word, and they want to truly understand what it really means to be a Christian in this generation and truly have a walk with Christ, rather than just saying, hey, I'm a Christian and in the Bible it tells me that I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't be in this type of relationship. But they truly want to know, what does that mean? What does hearing from God truly feels like? So I just want to encourage you guys to be that example. It's so many people out here who are waiting to hear the word that God has placed in you. It is so easy for us to get caught up in this generation, where I know for me, God has really truly tested my faith and stretched my faith, because I get around people who truly test to see if I'm truly a Christian, if I truly live by God, if I truly have a relationship with Him, by the questions they ask. And luckily for me, I don't mind sitting down and going through some of those scriptures with them and explaining to them what this means and what to pray about and how to pray about it, and letting them know it's okay if your prayers are only short, or it's okay if your prayer is not, you're not sounding like one of those preachers you see on YouTube, or one of those people you see that pray quote unquote heaven down. If you don't sound like that, that's fine. And a lot of people are so afraid to be who they are with Christ, or to have that relationship, because they think they have to be perfect, or they think they have to be a certain way, or they think that they have to be this souped up big person known by so many people in order to be that type of person that comes to God with what they have. They feel so small to a huge God. And I know one time for me, I felt like that, especially as a little girl. I grew up Baptist, and to always have this tuck prim looked and had to be a certain way, had to act a certain way. Girls couldn't wear pants in the church. It was only skirts. I grew up around these laws that were created, that were quote unquote formulated by the Bible. But truly, did I understand what any of those laws meant? No, but I was living it. And I think a lot of people want understanding in this season. They want to have the knowledge to move forward so they can build a relationship with Christ. And I think this is a season where God is raising up people to do that. So you guys, don't be afraid to walk in your gifts. Don't be afraid to operate in what God has called you to, because it is somebody somewhere literally sitting, waiting for you to do something so they can take the initiative on what God has called them to. I know for me, even in my business, I have to look to other people and I have to get advice from other people. And if they weren't there to do some of the things that they have been assigned to, I probably wouldn't have the knowledge to either move forward or make a business choice or make a personal choice in my career to do certain things, because I wouldn't know where to go. So you guys, just be mindful in this season. Don't be so focused on religion. Don't be so focused on what the church says that you should look like. Remember, you are the church. God started the church with you. God didn't start the church and say, hey, I want it to be like this. You have to be this set away to walk into this building. Remember, it's come as you are. And you hear that so much. And you hear that so many times. And a lot of people take that out of hand. Or some people, when they do go to church and they do come as they are, they don't get accepted. But remember, those are people. Those are completely people. People would not accept you for anything. And most of the time, it's because of reasonings and things that they are dealing with. They are still in a healing process themselves. And they don't know how to necessarily get themselves out of those places. So remember, church is a place for people who are sick, who need help, who want to be edified, who want to be more aware, who want more understanding, who want more wisdom. It's not a place for people who already feel like they're perfect. You may encounter people on this walk that will act like they're perfect, to act like they have no issues, to act like they have nothing going on, to act like they are Jesus themselves. And those people, you have to step away from. You don't have to fight that battle with them to go back and forth to feel like you have to meet up to their standards. Though that is a place where you need to get in your relationship with God and take a step back and say, hey, let me pray for this person, because they're struggling with something behind closed doors that when they're in front of people, they don't know how to deal with it. So we just have to get to the place where we have to pray to God, and we have to be initiative. We have to take the initiative with our relationship with God to be who He has called us to be. And we have to spend that time with Him, and to know that everything is not perfect. It won't be perfect. It's not made to be perfect. It's not made to look like we have it all put together. It's not made to look like that everything is okay all the time, 24/7. No, we're created to show the example of Christ, to show what He can do in this world. We're here to glorify Him and not for Him to glorify us. Through everything, God will add abundance to your life. Those platforms, those things that some people are searching out for, they will come. They will come. Long as you're doing the right thing, you have the heart for Christ, and you're doing the right thing. Remember, if you add on things to you when you're already a mess, it's not going to make you happier. Money makes nobody happy. It's not going to make you more fulfilled. It's not going to make you feel better about yourself. It's just going to be something extra for you to worry about, to emphasize the problems you already have. So remember, deal with what God has called you to deal with now. Build that relationship with Him. Get out of the traditional religion. It's okay to say you're a Christian. It's okay to say that you have an intimate relationship with God. But what does that mean to you? Besides everybody else, besides the words that people speak, besides the titles that have been implemented on your life, that have been put over your head, the titles that you are called, besides all of that, what is your relationship with God? Who are you to Him, and who is He to you? You have to know that beyond everything else, because when the world comes for you, you have to stand firm on that belief to know that you can trust Him through all things. So I hope this video encourages you guys so much. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube for weekly updates. Also check me out at purposefaith.net. I love you guys so much. If you have any questions or any comments, leave them below, or hit me up on Facebook at Purpose Faith. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.